back again in the podcast studio with James. James and me are going to talk today about some interesting topics, and let's get started, James.
So on today's topic, we're going to be starting on the power of social media for your blogs. How can it help, and why does it help in particularly as well? Obviously, we've all had our own experience with social media. Most blogs do tend to have some social media, don't they? Whether it's Facebook and Instagram or something like that. But it's really just to sort of highlight the importance of having another platform to share your posts, your blogs and pages, I suppose, on your website. How have you sort of found it, in terms of social media helping?
I mean, for a blog having social media, it's really important, I would say, because it's like a brand, right? If it's a branded site, say ClickDo, it has its social media profiles. Even though ClickDo has the blog as its agency site, it's having the social media profiles get you advantages like you can share with your audience, you end up building your social media following, and you can run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all those things, LinkedIn ads. Having the social media channels give the SEO signals. So for a blog, having the social media channels, I would say, is really important, and it really gets people to trust more, which is a trust factor for Google. Tremendous advantages on SEO. Been doing it for like last 10 years or so. I found out like using the social media channels is definitely going to be helpful. Even it's a small blogger, like a small blog site you're starting, having the social media channels gives much more credibility for that blog to pick up on Google search engines, as well as people who want to buy guest posts, maybe want to publish on your site. They're going to tend to believe like, okay, this is actually not just going to be published on the blog, but it gets shared, so getting some visibility. And you can grow the social media channels like how we've done. Like on the SeekaHost, we have the blog posts are being shared every time on the Facebook, as well as in a video manner on Instagram, but might have the URL for a blog post. So people tend to find it out, and the more traction, more SEO advantages. So that's the thing, having social media channels, I would say, like, build it, because otherwise, like, people it's like, okay, this is just a blog, it doesn't have a personality where people to want to deal with it, want to publish it.
When you Google something, you sort of want to see a variety. You want to see their Facebook, their YouTube, their this and that. And also another thing is the data and statistics that are gathered are also quite useful. And I remember with Ahrefs or SEMrush, it was one of them too. It would even gather how many hearts your Facebook post is liked, and it is gathering all that data. So obviously by sharing your post on there, so it gets 2 likes, 1 heart, something is written.
That's giving social. It gives on page time. People click to the site, people see the blog. Having the social media is mostly free unless you want to do paid advertising really good. We can see having even, SeekaHost has a blog, right? All these tutorials about, when you talk about the tutorials in a video and post it on Instagram, the social media, the boosting or the traction gets eyeballs. Some are going to visit the site, which increases on page time, helping to get another customer, a conversion. Social media is the easiest way a person can share a URL of a blog. So having the social media channels is definitely important if you are building a blog brand, not just like a. That's why the thing, people like, even I tell, like, even people building like private blogs, make a Facebook page, right? Share at least every page of post of that blog that is being published on the Facebook, on the LinkedIn, on the Twitter. So it gives more credibility, and you get a chance to make more money and sell guest posts. Especially, guest post selling is one of the things that people really do if they're building a blog, right? So it's important. It's like fundamental to have it.
Absolutely, and I think one of the important things that you mentioned is the fact that you can then advertise it. So obviously you've got your blog post, which is out there, you put it on social media, but then you've got that extra step of going, actually, if I can spend X amount of money and I can get an even larger audience to see that, click on my blog, follow through to my blogs, and you've got readers that sort of trust going to your blog as well now, which always helps.
Social media, why not? It's free to use it. Like, massive reach, you can get it actually on LinkedIn. At the moment, the competition is less. Some of the people are not sharing. So if you have your personality, and if you are blogging on one of your blogs, if you share it, your audience is going to see it. So Instagram, like LinkedIn, I can see for a blogger, personal brand, a coach, whatever the business you are in, if you have a blog site, I would say like share it on LinkedIn. The reach is free without even paid. You can get tremendous reach. If you have, you can get hundreds of reach. People are going to see it, right? So if it depends on your title, the thumbnail of the blog post, all matters. People want to click it. Once they click, they come to your house. If they like it, they spend more time. They like to inquire. They maybe want to buy it. So social media channels are to be utilized, and if you're talking about this blog brand, so blog grower, right? So if it is a blog grower, say the example, the brand, it having this Instagram as blog grower, and all these channels are really helpful. If you Google London Business News, you can see how well, maybe you can show the clip of it. London Business News, when people Google it, I even actually got the Google business profile, and below that the TikTok, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, the Facebook, Instagram, all nicely shows. And so this is exactly the way. So London Business News is a blog site, a business magazine, and it shows very well. You know, when people Google the blog brand name, seeing all these things makes them want to deal. They want to publish on this site. They want to inquire. They want to see that the things they can utilize.
Like alive, isn't it? You know, it's there. It's live. There's a lot of trust in it, because now it's not just a site. You know, no logo, nothing like that. It's, you know, the site's there. All your, you know, Instagram, and then you click on there and you find they're publishing their stuff. And of course, if you're looking for a guest post, and you can see that they're doing it on their blog and they're advertising it on their socials, and like you said, they're going to be much more wanting to actually go pay and go, right, this is a good trustable brand. Really.
London Business News is one of the best examples anybody can see. We build it from ground up, and it's ranking, getting tons of traffic every month for social media channels. For that brand, you can literally see how the URLs were taken. Literally having Facebook / London Business News, Twitter / so that really helps to get it. So that's like the formula for a blog brand. Try your best to get it as close as possible, which helps you to get the knowledge panel on Google. When a person drop your name, you know, your blog is techicon.com. Techicon is your brand. So when people search on it for the long term, so Mashable, if you Google Mashable is a blog, you will see that, right? So Mashable has this all social media profiles shared, and it has a lot of SEO advantages, credibility, people trust it, people want to deal with that blog. So definitely make sure you have it.
And take the time to post as well. I think when we were doing the SeekaHost Presents thing, I noticed a lot of business owners were all saying the same thing, which is, I don't have time, stuff.
Time, you can find it. AI is there, tools are there. Absolutely. 5 minutes to share, right? So eventually, once you grow, you can automate all the things. That's how the publications we would do. There will be people to do, but like you always have time.
Always.
It's like write it down and have it in front of you, a sticky paper that you every day you had to do it on this particular time.
I think people overthink it. You know, I think they think, oh, I've got to do hours, this and editing and that. You know what? A good post it.
Just be it's like rather worrying the time, it's better to post it anyway. Then when things growing, you can schedule with the people, the staff, and anybody to do that one, but get the ball rolling.